Hello everyone, CrystalFissure here, and welcome back to what will be the final update before the N-Sane Trilogy is out, and the final update before I arrive back in Australia from Helsinki, Finland, stopping over in Tokyo. I'm leaving in about 5-6 hours, so we're about to check out of this lovely Airbnb, and I'm about to head home. So, with that, I've got a few updates regarding Crash, some spoiler stuff, so spoiler alert for Crash 2 particularly, and kind of Crash 1. This isn't really as much of a spoiler as it is sort of obvious, but so yeah, just beware, there are spoilers in this video for sort of endgame Crash stuff. However, I want to briefly point out that people that have been uploading footage of the game like late in the game and stuff like that on YouTube, a lot of it's been taken down. Streams that are live are usually okay, but it seems like they don't want any like actual footage. However, you know, a quick search can see, you know, entire warp rooms being posted, music's being posted, which I think is perfectly okay, I'm pretty sure. But it seems like the game is well and truly now out there, which from a selfish perspective, I'm kind of a little bit like annoyed because I couldn't be home to like get it myself and play it and like pre-record and then upload, like, you know, get all the Let's Play parts up quick and stuff like that. Now I sort of have to wait with the rest of the world as everyone's sort of uploading it. And in this case, believe it or not, I can't believe I'd be saying this, I actually can defend Activision for taking the footage down early, if only because of the fact that, you know, they did break the official release date. So I can understand why they're a little bit like, no, we're going to take this down. But it was leaked in countries like the United Arab Emirates and stuff like that, Saudi Arabia. Anyway, so spoiler material, I guess. And this is quite a big thing for Crash 2, and it's noticeably not in Crash 1, but when you defeat the final boss in Crash 2, you get the speed shoes. Yes, the Crash 3 speed shoes. So, that's quite interesting. Firstly, it changes the way in which people speedrun the game, in some way, I guess for like a 100% thing. But at the same time, I think people worried about like how it's going to affect the strats and stuff like that. You got to remember that you only get the speed shoes after you beat the game. So if you're still doing any % Crash 2 runs, you won't have the speed shoes. So that is actually a good thing, I guess, for people that want to do the speed running stuff like that. But for 100%, I guess really there isn't really a problem, because you would usually, like, I mean, getting relics and stuff like that, that's a whole new thing to Crash 2 anyway. So that's going to be very interesting. I think that there's going to be a lot of fun stuff with speedrunning, the speedrunning community with N-Sane Trilogy. Me, noticeably, probably will not be good enough to be in the elite of the Crash speedrunning crew. I usually just speedrun for fun with the old tournaments and stuff like that we did, like the I'm a Speedrunner tournaments. That were great fun. We didn't take it, well, we kind of took it seriously, but more in the politics of it rather than the actual like being super good. And the one time we had like an actual pro speedrunner come in, he won IS5. His name was Samurai Man. He was like actually like a legit speedrunner. He just crushed everyone. So we were all like amateur compared to him. Anyway, it's not in Crash 1. And some people have asked, why would it be not in Crash 1? And I think that the reason is fairly simple. It's that Crash 1 is a more simplified Crash game. It was the first game, of course, and it's sort of, you know, you essentially jumped and spinned. You didn't have slide jump, you didn't have slide, you didn't have slide spin, you didn't have crawling. You know, it was a very simple game in terms of controls, and if I'm honest, and I know some people, I've, you know, revealed to people that I never actually 100%ed Crash 1 as a kid. I played every level, beat every level, but I've never actually 100%ed it, because I never had the game until I was a lot older. I was more of a Crash 2 and Crash 3 and Crash Team Racing sort of guy, and to that point, even Wrath of Cortex and Twinsanity, which I know some people despise its very existence, but so basically, when I was younger, like, I really struggled with Crash 1, and the truth is that the controls were quite clunky. They were not perfect. They were not. I believe Dave Siller, who worked at, I think he worked at Universal. Siller was saying something like how like they rewrote the engine for Crash 2. Like some guy was like responsible for helping out with that and stuff like that. So there was a lot of quality control, you know, advancements, I guess, going on in the Crash engine from game to game. So Crash 1, it doesn't really suit, it's more of a linear style of gameplay, where it doesn't really suit the running shoes, I don't think. It doesn't really match the way that he's like more of a simple character, I guess. Now speaking of Crash 1, I've got another brief little thing, is that once you, I believe, 100% the game, Crash appears in, Fade Crash, sorry, appears in the, what level is it? Insanity Beach, the first level of the game, which I think is pretty hilarious. I think that's great. I mean, it's like, I'm going to put that in the title because I almost don't think that's a spoiler. I think that's kind of obvious. Like, Fade Crash was something that was, you know, like, basically birthed from like really crappy Crash merchandise. So, why? So, it was like merchandise, so they didn't have it at Crash 1, so now they probably will have it. I don't know about Crash 2, I don't see anyone that's 100% of Crash 2 yet, probably have. So you've got probably in Crash 2 somewhere, and of course the original spots in Crash 3. So that's quite cool. So regarding the coverage as well, I've been really happy with how everything's gone. Just to sort of like do a retrospective of everything that's happened. It's been a really great growing experience for the YouTube channel and the audience. You know, like to speak all politically and stuff like that, to speak all, you know, like business-like, but it's true. Like it's been a good increase in my channel's popularity as well. And I think I wanted to provide the Crash stuff with commentary, everything with commentary, just because I know that a lot of people would upload the footage just without it, and that's perfectly fine and good. But I kind of wanted to make it about what I thought, to sort of, because I think that encourages people to stick around, because if you were just watching just for the clip, you may watch the clip, subscribe, and then not realize who the person is and just leave. That was my mentality. Whereas if I'm talking over everything, giving my opinion, the video becomes not just about the Crash content, but what this random South Australian guy thinks. And you know, maybe that's like egocentric or whatever, but that's sort of the point. I wanted to make it about you guys watching my stuff and then sticking around for it, and you know, checking out the other stuff, the other Let's Plays I do, whether it's Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, Spyro stuff. I'm big on Spyro stuff. Like, if you think I'm excited about the N-Sane Trilogy, if I see anything new Spyro that isn't Skylanders or isn't, I mean, heck, they could probably get me excited for a Legend of Spyro reboot at this point. I'm so desperate for anything Spyro that it'd be insane, be N-Sane. So essentially that's why I wanted to do the material like this and even get my face more in it. And the real big indicator for me that like my channel had got bigger in the last few months was that when I did the video when I was talking about the Crash magazine, people were saying stuff like, oh, face reveal, like, you know, face reveal, or you look like Clay from 13 Reasons Why. That to me revealed that there was like all these new people that had just never seen my face before, because I hadn't done a video with my face in like a month or two. So that just showed how, like, you know, large my channel had grown in comparison to like the previous years and stuff like that. So very, very much appreciated. And I really am glad to be coming home from this great trip, being able to record the game, play the game. I'm so pumped, and you know, keep revealing, keep showing off all the other stuff I do, and I hope that you guys also check that out, because that's big. I don't want to just do Crash and then like the second I try something else everyone leaves, but I also recognize that people came because of Crash, so I want to make sure that content is entertaining enough so you will stay for Crash, or you know, arrive here on my channel for Crash and then just stay for the rest of the stuff, and you know, we'll keep growing and, you know, keep doing well with YouTube and stuff like that. It's good. I'm glad that you know, I do have a full-time job, or part full, as weird hours job as well, so it means I don't have to rely on this. It's not like it's like, oh, you guys have to subscribe, I have to make more money and stuff like that. You know, if everyone left, you know, it would be okay. I have a backup plan. It's not like this is my full-time career, but it's a great thing to be able to feel like you can grow a brand and make, I guess, passive income as well, alongside a job. So it is really, really appreciated, you guys. I think that a lot of people, they get to a certain point on YouTube as well. They get sort of to a certain level and then they just sort of take for granted like everything. You'll see people with 60, 70,000 subscribers be like, oh, my views are down, I guess no one cares about me. It's like, bruh, you have 60,000 subs, you know what I mean? Like, that's incredible. You know, you gotta, I think when you get to like at least 10,000, 5,000 subs, you've got to start to sort of really, truly appreciate how you were able to, people were able to give your channel a chance. But anyway, that's sort of a completely different topic. Anyway, another brief update before I go as well. This time of the year, around this time of the year, in the next couple months, is usually when I do the annual, it is now been like 4 years, I now do it every year, the CrystalFissure Q&A. So that's going to come up. I'm going to give you, I might as well warn you now, that will be in like the next month or two. So get your questions ready. Don't ask them here because I'm not going to like respond to anything here. But if you've got a question in mind, list of questions in mind, let me know. And don't let me know. No, don't let me know. Keep them to yourself. Keep them to yourself. And when I announce it, go crazy. Remember as well that with these Q&As, I don't answer the same question a lot of the time. So like, if you got to go back, and this is a bit of homework. You got to go back and check some of the other Q&As to see, like, because if you're going to ask like, what's your favorite Spyro game? It's like, well, I've said that like 3 times. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably a mix between 2 and 3. But then again, my answer changes all the time, so maybe you should ask. But no, don't like the really obvious questions like that, like what's your favorite Crash game, what's your favorite Spyro game? I've answered them before, so I want like really unique questions. I want like weird questions. I'm all good with. I'm basically open to any question at all. So go wild. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for following all the coverage. Can't wait to play the game. The next video that you're going to see about Crash will be part 1 of the Let's Play of Crash 2. So Crash 2 first, then 3, then 1. Thanks guys, see you later. This is the cameraman that made it all happen. The one that made literally 20, 30 mistakes in the video, and I will be firing after. But I thought, you know what, might as well give him a chance in the fucking spotlight.